Hello, sixth graders. We are in our applying percents unit. Today we are looking at sales tax. Our learning target for today is I can solve real-world problems involving sales tax. Okay, a couple things that we need to know for vocab words. One is sales tax. So this is the extra amount of money that is added on to something when you go to buy it at the store. So for example, if you pick up a game and on the shelf it says it's $14.99, but then you go up to the cashier and they ring it up and they tell you that you owe $16.20. That extra bit of money was sales tax that's added on. The total cost, that's the total cost after sales tax. So the original price of the item was $14.99. There's $1.50 of tax. The total cost is how much you have to pay after taxes added on. Okay, so finding the total cost, if we have a video game that originally cost $74 and the sales tax is 5%, what is the total cost of the video game? So total cost, again, is after the sales tax has been added onto it. There's two ways that we can do this. One is to add the sales tax onto the regular amount. Okay, so write the problem down and then write this method, add sales tax to the original price, and then add these steps as well. So the first step is to turn the percent into a decimal. So 5%, move the decimal 2 spots to the left. And then you're going to multiply that decimal by the total or the original cost. So you're going to multiply that by 74. So 0.05 times 74 is $3.70. So that means there's $3.70 of tax. Next step is to add that onto the original price. So then you take the 74, add on $3.70, and that would be $77.70. So that's the first method. The other method I want you to write down, method 2, add the tax percent to 100%. So the first step, first add the percent of tax to 100. So in this case it's 5%, so we're going to go 100 plus 5, which is 105%. Because you're paying the full price of the item, 100%, and you're paying the 5% tax. So really you're paying 105% of whatever the cost is. Then turn that percent into a decimal. Move the decimal 2 spots to the left, would be 1.05. And you're going to multiply that by the total price. So multiply that by $74. 1.05 times 74. And you find out that you will end up with the same thing, $77.70. So you decide what method works best for you. I want both of them written down in your notes. And then you just pick what method you want to use as we are moving forward. What is the total cost of a sweatshirt if the regular price is $42 and the sales tax is 5.5%? So on this one, I'm going to use method 1. So I'm going to turn that percent into a decimal. So first of all, it's written as a fraction, but that's the same thing as 5.5%. So now I'm going to move the decimal 2 spots to the left. So then it would be 0.055, and I multiply that by the price of the item. Which equals $2.31. And then you're going to take that and you're going to add it on to the original $42. So the price of the item now would be $44.31. Important thing for this lesson is that we're talking money, so we always go 2 spots past the decimal. All right. Horatio plans to buy a new kayak that costs $1,849. He lives in North Carolina, where the tax is 4.25% sales tax. Calculate the sales tax by finding 4.25% of the cost, round it to the nearest cent, and then what will the total cost be after the sales tax. So 2 parts on here. Step 1, we're just finding the cost. So I'm going to turn that percent into a decimal. 0.0425, and I'm going to multiply that by the $1,849. Go to my calculator. 849. Round it to the nearest cent, so that would be the nearest hundredth place. 78.58. So that's how much tax is going to be. Step 2 is asking the total cost. So now we're going to add that onto the cost of the kayak. 1,849 plus the 78.58, and see what that equals. 1,849, 78.58. So the kayak is going to cost $927.58 after this tax is added. Miss Labs, Miss Kraska, and Miss Greiner went out to eat at Applebee's to celebrate Pi Day. Their bill was $43.25. If they want to tip the waitress 15%, how much of a tip will the waitress get? This is a two-part question. And if they split the bill between the three of them evenly, how much will they all pay? Tip is just like sales tax. It's an amount that's added on after. So we're going to follow the exact same steps. So I'm going to turn the percent into a decimal, which would be 0.15. And I'm going to multiply that by the cost of the bill times 43.25. So they are going to leave the waitress about $6.49 rounded to the nearest hundredth. So that's the tip that the waitress will get. If they split the bill between the three of them evenly, how much will they all pay? So now we need to add that tip onto the cost of the bill. Okay, 43.25. So the bill is now going to be $49.74, and we want to split that evenly between the three of them. So I'm going to take that cost, $49.74, and I'm going to divide it by 3. And I will find out that each person is going to pay $16.58. Okay, couple part question on that one. Okay, so pause here. Try these 4 problems on your own. I'm going to go through them on the next slide with a little bit more space between them. But I want you to give them a try on your own and see how you're doing. Either pick the method where you find the percent of a number first and add it on, or add the percent onto 100% and calculate it that way. Okay, so you should have tried these on your own on the last slide. And now I'm just going to go through them with you. I'm going to kind of alternate between the 2 methods. So for this first one, I'm going to add this percent onto 100. I'm going to use that method. So 100 plus 7.25, which is 107.25%. Now I'm going to turn that into a decimal, move the decimal 2 to the left. So 1.0725 times the $39. And it looks like it is now going to cost, for this pair of shoes, $41.83. Again, rounded to the nearest hundredth, because we're talking money. Next one, we've got a car here. Sales tax is 6.5%. How much tax is being charged, and what is the total cost? I'm going to use the method 1 for this one. Turn the percent into a decimal, which would be 0.065. Move it 2 spots to the left. Multiply that by the cost of the item. 0.065 times 29,990. And they're going to pay $1,949.35 for tax. Add that back onto the original cost of the car. $35. And the car is now going to cost $31,939.35. Okay, next one, New York has a 7.375%. How much sales tax would you pay in Albany for a $34 pair of jeans? It's always careful or important to pay close attention what the question's asking. Number 1 said, how much would you pay for the pair of shoes? So that wants the total cost. Number 2 was 2 parts. How much is the sales tax? And then how much will the total cost? This one is just asking how much sales tax would you pay? So I'm going to use method 1 on this one. Turn this into a decimal. 0.7375, and I'm going to multiply that by the price. 0.07375 times 34, which would be $2.51. It's not asking for the total cost or how much you would pay after the sales tax. It just wants the tax, so you would leave your answer like that. Always pay close attention to what it's asking. Okay, the next two at Best Buy, they have a 42-inch TV that sells for $1,250 and has a sales tax of 6.5%. Oops. What is the final cost? There we go. This is asking after the sales tax, how much would you pay? So I'm going to use method 2. I'm going to take 100% and I'm going to add on the tax, which is 106.5%. Turn that into a decimal. So now I'm at 1.065, and I'm going to multiply that by 1,250. 0.65 times 1,250. And after the cost, or after the tax is added, it would be $1,331.25. When you use method 2, again, you do not have to add back on. You already took care of the addition, so you're done. All right, one more on here. If you go out to eat with 3 friends and your meal was $72.50, there is 6.75 sales tax, and you should tip the waiter 15%. How much should each person pay? Okay, a couple things we need to know. You're going out with 3 friends, so that's you and your friends, so I think there's 4 people on this. The other thing is that the tax is added on first, and then we'll figure out the tip for the waiter. So I'm going to take the $72.50, I'm going to multiply that by the amount of sales tax. And tax is going to be $4.89. Add that onto the bill. $72.50 plus $4.89, $77.39. Now let's calculate the 15% tip. So $77.39 times the 15%. And you should leave your waiter $11.61. Add that on to a lot of steps on this one. Okay, so $77.39 plus $11.61, which is an even $89. And again, I think it means you go out to eat with 3 friends. So your 3 friends and you, which is a total of the 4 people, and then you're going to split the $89 between the 4 people. So 89 divided by 4, which would be $22.25 that each person would pay. That one was a little confusing without the extra background knowledge, but after knowing the steps, hopefully you were able to follow along. All right, that's it for sales tax. Again, just make sure you are really good at one of the methods, either finding the percent and then adding it on, or adding the percent onto 100 and calculating it that way. Either way, you get the same answer. Just pick which one makes more sense to you.